Good folks. There. Should be up. Okay, I'm back. I was trying to get things settled in. Let's see if we can get my camera settled. I'm going to move some things on my table. Oh, we got someone in here. Well, that would be Vanessa. So if you guys are here, she's here watching and waiting. And in case I miss your comment, she'll be able to notify me that she's here. What do you guys think about the new hat that Mr. Jonathan sent me? Yeah, I'm going to raise my camera up. Get it down a little bit so you guys can see a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's better. So we're hanging cruisers today. I got them all hanging up over there, the Cajun Cruisers. Let me tilt it down just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Where's number one? So here's number one right here. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of touch up this handle with a sanding sponge before I get everything done. Oh, there's Vanessa. She's in here. She's my moderator, I guess you could say. So if y'all start acting up, ooh, you don't want none of that. But while you guys hang out, while I'm doing this, kind of get this handle slicked up a little bit. Alamo City, what's happening, man? How are you? I appreciate you popping in. All right, so I'm hanging. This is a Cajun Cruiser. This is the first one, and I have the Osage Orange wedge. Hello, thank you for popping in. So I'm hanging axes. I'm gonna go get the first handle, the first head. I am making, so I have these. This is a copper washed cruiser axe. And this is what it's going to look like when it's all said and done. So this is a copper wash. This is what it looks like after a few months of patina. And the handle is going to look pretty similar as well. But right now, I'm just going to get the head. I have the handles already fitted, right? And yeah, that's it. Let me get my hammer. Might need that. But Whiskey River 28-inch cruiser handle, or otherwise known as their 28 CRU. Just kind of situating things. Appreciate you guys popping in. But I'm going to get this one on here. So if you notice there's a number, the number 1 on there. I got all the numbers on one side. So the RB, my stamped RB, is going to be on that same side. And just slip it on. And I'm going to get my hammer and pop it the rest of the way on. Let's see where it's at. It's a good fit.
Is that copper?
It's a copper wash. It's not a copper axe. It's a steel axe made of 65G steel, or otherwise known as 1066. But I gotta go. You know what I didn't do? I gotta get my oil, my walrus oil. Slacking. So I will pre-lubricate the wedges with this walrus oil, polymerized linseed oil. And I just kind of dip it in a little bit, maybe like a 1/2 inch, right? And then I let it drain for a little bit because I don't need a bunch. And also the polymerized linseed oil gives it a little bit of adhesion after it sets up. So, yeah. Is that freaking sweet or what though? I have 10 of these. I have 10 more that I got to fit after I get these finished. And these are just headed out the door. I sell these. But yeah, they're beauties. All right, this drained enough. So let's get the wedge in. All right. If you have any questions, my lady's in here moderating. So, you know, if I miss your question, she'll be more than happy to pass it along. All right, now I'm going to get my wedge banger made of Patagonian rosewood. Yep. Beauty. Look at that.
They don't come with leather, right?
No, these do not come with leather. Just double bit. It's going to increase the price of the masks a lot by like 50%. So if I have a single bit mask for, say, this one is like $50, right? This one is going to be like 75. So it increases the price by like 50%. So it just is what it is. It's one of them things. Yeah, that's in there. Now I'm going to take it over to my bandsaw and trim it off. I need to find my cardboard. I had a piece of cardboard over here somewhere.
Riddick said, "Oh, your tools are really nice looking."
Who?
Riddick.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm digging. I got to dig out a piece of cardboard. So,
Hogan said, "Thanks, man. He gets it about the price of the sheath."
yeah. I mean, it is what it is. It's just... So, I'm going to just bypass doing that because the axes cost enough. And I just rather not stress the customers too much more, if that makes sense. Got it cut. She's straight. She's straight. Now I'm just going to take it over. I will sand these and oil these later. But I'm going to take it over here, stick it in my drying rack. That's number one. Now I'm going to grab number two. I could put number two wedge back in here. And drain this off. Okay, here's the second one. Right. It's very pretty. I'm excited about these. I really am. Let me get number two handle. I'm going to kind of hit it with the sanding sponge again, just to knock off the high grain from when I put iron acetate on them last night to kind of darken everything up. Hey, thanks for popping in. I appreciate you guys hanging out. If you have any questions and I miss your question, let me know. And because I have the lady in here kind of forwarding questions to me in case I miss what you say. But, well, she's got to go take a call, so she'll be back. So I'm going to have to be more vigilant on watching the comments. These don't take much, but man, that's pretty. It's number 2. Man, these things are freaking awesome. All right, second wedge. So everything's numbered. You see there's a number 2 there, and then there's a number 2 on the handle right there. And then there, I used to write, before I started, I put the copper coating on, I had to wipe these off with acetone so the copper coating would not adhere, because it won't adhere to anything. It's got to be perfectly bare metal. But yeah. But I did them in order, so I know where they're going to be. Oh, I'm not even showing you what I'm doing. Just going to work the wedge in, and then I'll use this hammer to kind of get things going. And then once it gets in, I'll get my wedge banger. Yep. We're there. Yep, look at that.
Brett the barber said he'll eat it out there killing it.
Brett, what's up, dude? I'm on number 2. You guys say hi to Brett. He's the one that inspired me to do this. It was kind of a weird conversation. He was like, hey, Ed, is there any way you can design me a cruiser? So, man, that's pretty. Look at them Osage. Look at that Osage Orange wedge. Freaking gorgeous. But he was like, hey, can you design me a cruiser and have it made? I was like, yeah, let's do it. I got it drawn up. I think this is going to be a thing. I think it's going to be a thing. So it turns out it kind of is. Here's number 2. Put the third wedge in. Brett says hi to you, babe. She says hey. Oh, you had a question. Yep, he's the troublemaker. He's the one that made it all happen. Well, it was his idea. It's a great idea. People seem to like it. So I can't say that I'm unhappy about it. There's number 3. So I want to show you guys. You see this color, right? It's kind of pinkish. It's kind of pinkish. But after a couple of months, it turns brown, right? Like a penny. So, because it just gains patina. But yeah, number 3 handle. Here we go. Number 3. Get this thing kind of wiped down. So I'm not going to do any sanding. I'm not going to sand the tops. I'm just going to get the wedges jammed in, and then I'll do that tonight, because I gotta take the lady out to eat, and then I gotta run an errand later. So yeah. So this is just like a 220 grit sanding sponge. I use it to knock off the high grain after I add the iron acetate. But I will finish one of these so you can see what it looks like when I'm finished. But for the time being, I'm just going to get these hung right now.
Bigfoot Crash says they look great to age well.
Who said that?
Bigfoot Cave.
Oh, hey, what's up, Bigfoot? How you doing, man? He's around. He's around. I think
Rose Creek X said Pennsylvania and the Hizzy.
What's up, dude? All right, let's see. Man, these things are just freaking bangers. Look at that. I freaking love these things. Love them. Bigfoot, you're on and you follow me. Excuse me. You follow me on Instagram, correct? I think you do. I think I've seen you on there. So I just use this to get started.
Yes.
I thought so. So I just used a little ball peen to kind of get things started, and then once it starts getting rough, I bring out the big dog. So this is a Patagonian rosewood. It's probably
I just got in. What are we doing? Osage wedges?
Osage wedges, yep. So this is probably heavier than it should be, needs to be. This was my first one. It's a, let me get this wedged in.
I usually have one of your lives on the way home driving in Cooper's Spine.
Who said that?
Cave.
Oh. Well, I'm glad you can make this one. There, I got that.
Brett said, did you age well? I have one of the prototype Cajun Cruisers. It keeps getting darker.
What?
Straw is cheaper than hay, and grass is free. Horses eat it. Why don't we? Hay.
Hey. That's hilarious. All right, check out this Osage wedge. That's freaking fantastic. Man. I don't know if you guys ever hung an ML Forge axe, right? If you've ever hung an ML Forge axe, then maybe you should, because these things are just dreamy. Absolutely dreamy to hang. Everything good? Okay. Here's number 4. Where's number 4? Oh, here it is. Here's the 4th handle. Vanessa left again. I need a better moderator. This Osage handle or wedge is got some chatoyancy to it. Wedge, this Osage wedge, you see that? It's got some chatoyancy to it. Chatoyance, is it chatoyance or chatoyancy? Is that not the same? All right, let me I think it's the same. So what I'm doing is I'm using this sanding sponge, and I'm knocking off the the high grain that I left on it last night when I added the iron acetate. The iron acetate is a steel wool and vinegar solution. The steel wool gets eaten by the vinegar and taken up into the vinegar. So when you add it to wood, it turns the wood dark by natural chemical reaction. It activates with the tannins, and if the more tannins it's in the wood, the darker the wood will get. So if it's heartwood hickory, it's more tannins than sapwood hickory, obviously. And then if you're using something like an oak, it'll turn the wood completely black or dark chocolate.
Like this, it says free hat. Cool hat.
It is. I got this hat today in mail call. It's the Boston Scally Celtic Bone. I'm speechless because somebody just sent it to me. They're like, here. And they sent me the Irish Rose also. So I am very thankful and very excited about it.
Judy Winder said I like that hat too. Chris Mayer said I'm lurking, don't have a lot to say. Chris in South Dakota.
Hey, Chris in South Dakota. I appreciate you hanging out. Feel free to lurk. Tell your friends. Have them come lurk too. So what I'm doing is I'm hanging my Cajun Cruisers.
Buck said, hey.
2.5 pounds. Is that Joe Buckley?
1970 Buck.
Yep. Hey, Joe. How you doing, man? But I'm hanging my Cajun Cruisers. These are copper washed, right? They come... I have one that I haven't washed yet. I'll have a handful. They come like this, right? And then I do a copper wash solution. It's kind of like a copper plating, but it's like bluing. But it is a copper. And then after a while, this was one of the prototypes. After a while, it turns brown like an old penny. And this is going to be a sticker label. So the Cajun Cruiser, Redbeard knife and tool. That's me, in case you didn't know. I appreciate you hanging out. And yeah, I really do. Hit the like button. Share with your friends. Tell them to come see. I'm at number 4. Number 4. You see on
Bill
top of
Priest
it.
said, wait, Ed, you're copper washing them yourself?
Yeah. It's a whole thing. It's a whole process.
Buck said, copper looks good. Bill Hunt says, pretty cool.
Thank you. I think we're there. Yep. Check it out. Go trim it real quick. Thank you. Thank you.
Buck sent bronze medal.
Thank you, bro. So here's this one. Man, that Osage wedge. Freaking fantastic. 4 down, 6 to go. At the end of this live, I will sand and finish one of them, just so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like fresh. What?
Lost it.
You lost it. You touching things? Vanessa disappeared on us. Go to my page. It should be there. All right. We're on number 5. I appreciate the likes, folks. I really do. That definitely helps push my algorithm. Thumbs up, likes, hearts, laughs, sad faces, whatever. Number 5. It's over here. Here we go. There's number 5. Man, these things are just freaking fantastic. All right. Number 5. Oh, I gotta sand it down. Just like a white down with a sanding sponge. Joe's kind of a pansy with that cold weather. He does not like to go outside when it's cold. So you're going to have to wait till it warms up and the snow goes away. And then maybe. Right now he's going to be a basement monger until the snow goes away. All right.
He's laughing. Somebody sent you a torch.
Thanks for the gift, man. I appreciate it. Yep. Look at that.
He said pretty much, LOL.
Did you get any work done in your shop, Joe? Since the weather's been cold? You guys go check out, I don't know if Joe from Mill Creek Axe Shack is in here still. Go check out his page. He's in the chat. Go check out Buck 1978, his channel. He's in the chat. See who else. I think that's it.
Joe lives in hibernation.
I think that's it for this one. There you go. Number 5. Dude. We're just making tracks right now. Put number 6 wedge in. Dip it real quick. Get number 6 handle. Ooh, this is a heartwood handle. Look how dark that is. It looks darker in person than it looks on camera, but I don't know, maybe. But man, this thing is Look at that grain. Straight up and down. Joe, you do need to come visit. You would be sick if I told you how.
I told him I was in flip-flops and capris today.
I'm in very thin sweats and hey dudes. Not even sweats. They're like athletic, polyester athletic pants. But I could easily be wearing, it was up to 70 today. We had to turn the AC back on today. It's freaking terrible. I mean,
Creek said, take me with you.
I mean, I will admit though, in the summers, when we're sitting in, 95 degrees and 95% humidity, I'll envy you guys. So there's that. Let me get the number 6.
Bigfoot's Cave said that one looks sweet. A darker color is great.
Yeah, it's nice, man. And here's number 6. It's got like a weird streak across it, but once I oil it, it'll kind of look like it's meant to be. It's copper wash is very, very finicky. Very finicky.
Holy shit. 27 in Washington.
Washington State, probably.
I don't know, Brett said 2017 in Washington.
Yeah, it's cool. I just realized I wasn't showing you guys what I'm doing again.
Bigfoot Candy said as long as the shop is above 40, it sweats and sweat when that's working weather. Tools get restored and projects get worked on. We still have above 5 to 6 inches of ice that will not melt.
Yep, got that one. Took a second. Who is on the list for the first 10? I don't have my list. It's in my it's in the house. But yeah. There's going to be some that are going to be waiting longer than others, but I only have 25. So it's going to go pretty quick. I'm probably going to have them all knocked out, you know. These are going to be done tonight, with the exception of oiling, but they'll be ready to ship by Friday at the latest. That one. Freaking gorgeous. Beauty. Freaking beauty. Yeah, these first 10 are going to be ready to ship. Today's Monday. Yeah. It just depends on how well they take oil and when they stop taking oil. If you see that drying rack, they sit there. I oil them 2-3 times a day, depending on what I have going on. And then, when they stop taking in oil, I'll oil them, let them sit for a couple of hours, and then I'll wipe the oil off, let it polymerize. My fan's going to kind of help oxidate, because a lot of people don't realize linseed oil won't oxidate unless there's air, movement, oxygen. It needs oxygen to oxidate. Oxidize? That's the word. So it needs oxygen. My bandsaw is 3 TPI because I use it for cutting handles also. But that's pretty much an all-purpose because it just shaves, it just cuts. I have one that's like 14 or 18 TPI that I use for cutting brass, but usually I just use a hacksaw for that. So yeah. Handle number 7. Just look at that. Look at that grain. You see that grain going all the way down. It's really straight. And this one's so nice that you can hardly see the flats on it. It just looks like one continuous flat grain all the way up. I cannot do curling. It's the last time we got snow here was last January. It was a freak storm that gave us like 4 inches, and that's the most anyone down here has ever seen in their life. And it was funny because the county emergency management system came over everybody's phones and told everybody to stay home, because it's hard to believe, but there's no infrastructure here to treat the roads. So we just have to wait for it to melt. I mean, granted, it only took a couple of days, but when you have 4 inches dumped, like in a morning, people here freak out, man. I was out playing in it. I was like, come on, kids, get dressed. We're going to go do donuts. So yeah, it was fun. We had a good time at the snow with the snowstorm last year. It was fun.
Somebody wants to know who's on the list for the first 10.
Yeah, I already answered that. I don't really remember. My list is in the house. But no, because I'm not releasing names. That would be weird to tell everybody's names. Yes, I did. Yeah, it is dangerous, but I didn't have fun until I was in an area where I could have fun. And so I went to a parking lot with no light poles and just had fun. Jeez. All right. That's it. Does anybody else have any questions? Let's see, what have we got? 32 people in here? It's not terrible. I know it's boring, but I gotta get it done. I know some of my lives are pretty boring when I'm trying to get things done, because that's what I do. I get shit done. I've always been that way. But man, look at that Osage wedge. Number 7. 3 to go. And then I'm going to finish one for you. All right. Get that. Number 8. 16 inches. The people here would shit themselves. Yeah, they would literally shit themselves. Beauteous. Freaking love these things, man. ML axes are so dreamy to hang. That's why I partnered with him why I asked him to partner with him to do my Redbeard line axes, because the craftsmanship on these is just so freaking consistent, man. So consistent. It's okay. I think I missed a couple of comments. Oh, Mike, what's up, man? 2 to go, and then I'm going to finish one, and then I'm probably going to bust out of here.
Internet says you read comments.
I do read some comments, but I'm working, so I try to. Yeah. this handle fell over.
This is God.
I know. I saw it.
It says new just landed up over here.
Well, thanks for popping in then. I appreciate you. So this is, huh?
He said that beard.
Yeah. So this, I'm hanging my Cajun Cruisers. These are copper washed. They come, right? They come like this, and they have to be totally clean for the copper wash to stick to them. I know it looks a little pinkish now, but after a few months, they start to patina like a penny because it's copper, and they turn brown. That's the look that I'm going for. That's the look that I settled on. Man, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry. I guess. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Michael Law said good evening. I forgot to tell you that one.
Hey, good evening, Mike. How you doing, man? You what?
Says Ed, your Mashibo is ever present.
I don't even know what that means.
Mill Creek said that.
I know. Look at that one. Another beauty. Number 9. One more. Number 10. Oh, look. If I turn it upside down, it's right. It says number 10. That's kind of funny. All right. Last one. Go over here and grab it. Look at the stamp on that one. Nice and deep.
Bid and Bark is here.
Hey, what's up, Kevin? How you doing, man? The last one. You're just in time for number 10. Man, look at that iron acetate. So this is going to be the one that I finish. I'm going to finish this one. The other ones I just sanded. I just wedged and cut off the top of the curve. Cut off the top of the tongue, I guess you could say. So this hammer, all right, I'm gonna kind of go along. This hammer's got some rounded edges. It's an old U.S., probably made for military, True Temper Kelly Vulcan, or True Temper Vulcan. You can kind of see. But all I did was put a new handle on it, but it was already kind of worn around the edges. This is perfect, right? Because you don't want any rough edges when you're seating, right? When you're seating ahead. And when you hit the bottom of the handle, you're basically driving the head up with inertia. So.
Bid and Bark said you're making it hard for him to save money.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. But anyway, you see where the head is now fully seated on the handle. And for the wedge. So the wedge, I pre-fit them, right? It's just kind of eyeballed, really. But when I drive the wedge, this one fits. No, it's all right. All right. So I'll use this hammer to kind of just kind of get it started, get it in nice and even, because it's a little more accurate than swinging the big dog, the Bam Bam. You see that right there? Yeah. But it's Patagonia rosewood, so it's pretty heavy, and I need to make a smaller one because it really is just too much. It probably weighs about 6 pounds. Anyway, I'm going to cut this off. Don't need this polymerized linseed oil hanging out anymore. Don't need the mallet anymore, or the hammer. But she's a beauty, right? Let me get my my sander. I think I have an 80 grit floating around here somewhere. 60, 80. So it's kind of a used 80 grit. I'm going to use an 80, and then I'll probably use a 120 to finish it off. I don't use any more than 120 on a kerf, on the top of a kerf, because if you get too fine, it won't allow any oil to get inside. Let's see. All right, that's where it's sitting right now. Pretty fantastic. All right. Ooh, this one's yeah, this will work. Take a That's it. That's it. I guess it didn't take that long because that's the small, you know, the top of the axe is pretty freaking small, but let me dust the top of this thing off. Freaking beauty. Look at that. Let me get some gloves on and I'll get this thing wiped off. Or not wiped off, oiled up, and then oiled down.
Where's that steam poster?
Is it oiled up? That's not, I don't have it yet. It's coming. It's coming. I don't know where I'm going to put it though. I might have to move some things on the oven. I mean, move some things around. All right, so the oil that I use, right, is this stuff. Take a snapshot. Oh, it's backwards, but you can flip it around on your camera. But this gets imported from Sweden, and it's 100% pure boiled linseed oil. None of that crap chemicals that you get in the big box store stuff that you get here in the States. It's pretty fantastic. Just jump right in, babe. All right. Get this handle. Look at this. It's already starting to get dark.
You sure that's a peeler?
Definitely not a peeler. And this thing has a little bit of curl. You see that? Just a little bit, just a touch. But yeah, let's oil the top of this wedge. Osage Orange is just, gee whiz, man. These Whiskey River Osage Orange wedges are just tops. All right, now I just wipe the whole, whatever's left on my gloves on the head. There it is. Cajun Cruiser. First 10 are wedged. I gotta look at it. These are my babies, and I hope you like them. Yeah, that's all I can say. If you need to get in touch with me, my email and Linktree is in the bottom there, in the description, and you can touch base with me there. I have, how many was it, babe? 5? I have 5 spots available for these. 5. That's it, 5. The price is, I mean, you may be a little bit surprised, you may not, but the price is $4.25 plus $20 of shipping. So they're definitely not cheap, and I get it. They're not for everyone, but they are a lifetime axe. Marcise doesn't mess around when it comes to making his axe heads. Thank you. I appreciate it. Pretty proud of what I do. And I care about it. So that matters. How long have we been on? So I took care of, I've been here 53 minutes. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I just want to give a shout out to Joe at Mill Creek Axe Shack. Go check him out. Kevin at Bit and Bark. Go check him out. He's in the chat somewhere. Who else?
Michael Law says beautiful work.
Thank you. Here, look. This is what it looks like when it's finished. I don't know if you caught that, Mike, but
Mill Creek says it's evident you care about your product, dude.
But this is it. It's on a Whiskey River 28 CRU treated with iron acetate. This one has got probably 20 coats of BLO, so it looks like a vintage handle already. You just got to kind of stay on top of it. This has been in the shop. It's gotten dust on it, so wipe the dust off and throw another coat of BLO on it. But yeah, it's clean. It's freaking nice. This one has an oak wedge in it, not like the others. But this is what it's going to look like.
What do we see in the Red Bill peeler release?
I'm not doing a peeler. Nobody likes peelers. I might do it. I might draw up a half peeler though.
Asking for a friend.
Joe knows. Yeah, dude, buy one. If I were to suggest to buy one, either that one or this is the Mississippi Pack Axe, right? It's a 2.5 pound head. It's the same weight as the Cajun Cruiser, right? It's the same weight. It's just situated differently, but the bit is almost exactly the same. If you can see that, the profile. Can't see because my beard's in the way, but yeah, Profile's almost exact. Because that's just what I like. These are a little bit cheaper, right? I think they're this batch, they're $3.25, and they're going to go up after this batch. I have one left. I haven't built it yet, but this is what they look like right now. Dig them out. See if I can not slice myself, because Marcy sends these off sharp. There we go. This is what it looks like now. 2.5 pounds. Little chunk, right? But yeah. I have one left on the list. I have three available, but two have names on them, and one remains uncalled for. So there's that. And then, if I'm even going to go there, the Redbeard Kentuckys. Kevin, if you're here, I want to show you the profile on this. Look at that. It's not too thin, not too thick. Some are a little bit thicker than others, but this thing is a 4-pound, 12-ounce monster. The pole is massive. It's like the old Kentuckys. But yeah, put this thing back where it goes.
Internet says you got a subscriber for life. They want to work, creating art, love it.
I appreciate that, man. And it's art, but it's functional. So when I send an axe out, I don't care how pretty they are. I want them to get used, because that's really what they're for. But if you want to hang it on the wall, that's cool too. But once it's in your hands, it's your property to do with as you wish. You want to run it over with a truck, then run it over with a truck. You want to use it for target practice, then use it for target practice. It's yours to do with as you wish. Thankfully, we live in a country that allows us to do that. I'm not going to get messed up about it. Kevin, look at Kevin down there in the chat right there, Bitten Bark. Go hit him up. Follow his channel. He was sitting at 299 subs today, so he could use a handful more. Go check him out. Yeah. But anyway, I think I'm going to get out of here because I have some things to do. And I'm hungry. Fat kids got to eat. So, but I appreciate you guys hanging out. I got to finish those. I'll send pics later on. And I'm just grateful that people like to watch what I do. Thank you. That's it. That's all I got. You guys have a good day.